The Finolex Group was founded by two brothers, Prahlad Chhabria and Kishan Das Chhabria. The brothers shared a strong bond and worked closely together with a common goal to expand the business. In 1989, amendments in wealth tax laws required individuals to pay tax on their financial assets' market value, including high-value shares in Finolex cables. To avoid selling shares to cover the wealth tax, Prahlad Chhabria had family members gift Finolex cables shares to investment companies which were initially held in a 50-50 ratio amongst the two brothers, that is, Prahlad Chhabria and Kishan Das Chhabria, expanding them to 15 entities with cross-holdings over time, as companies were exempt from wealth tax and Prahlad Chhabria managed them. In 2011, Prahlad Chhabria and Kishan Das Chhabria decided to amalgamate 14 of their investment companies into a single entity called Orbit Electricals Private Limited. However, during the amalgamation process, an error occurred and Prahlad Chhabria's family ended up with 88% of the shares in Orbit, while Kishan Das Chhabria's family only received 7.3%. Prahlad Chhabria assured Kishan Das Chhabria that this anomaly will be rectified and he will restore the equal shareholding between the two families. He proposed to form a trust in which he would vest his shareholding. The trust would consist of 4 trustees and beneficiaries, 2 from each family. Prahlad Chhabria left for his heavenly abode in 2016. However, before his death, he had taken all necessary steps to ensure that the Finolex Group would continue to be managed by the second generation in accordance with his wishes. After Prahlad Chhabria's death, his son Prakash Chhabria forged a gift deed, share transfer form and share certificate along with the minutes of a meeting of Orbit Electricals Private Limited and made the change in the register of members of Orbit to reflect the transfer of Prahlad Chhabria's 70.4% shares out of 82.0% to himself. However, Deepak Chhabria, Kishan Das Chhabria's son, challenged the validity of the transfer of Prahlad Chhabria's shares to Prakash. He alleged that forensic reports shows that the documents were forged. The signatures on the gift deed vary from page to page and none of them are close to Prahlad Chhabria's original signature. It also came to light that Prahlad Chhabria passed away due to liver cancer, and this vital information was hidden by Prakash from other family members. The matter is currently pending before the courts. However, after the consolidation of various investment companies into Orbit, significant changes were made to Orbit's Articles of Association. These changes included allowing only members of Prahlad Chhabria's, Kishan Das Chhabria's families and the trust to be members of Orbit. Article 15A and 31D were incorporated to ensure that Prahlad Chhabria's 82.07% shareholding would automatically transfer to the Prahlad Chhabria Trust upon his demise. Deepak Chhabria was appointed as a director in Orbit in 2013 to represent the Kishan Das Chhabria family. And measures like rotation of the chairman every 5 years and allowing the nomination of a male lineal descendant as a director were also introduced. Aruna was designated as vice chairman, set to become the chairman upon Prahlad Chhabria's demise. Prahlad Chhabria transferred his entire 82.07% shareholding to the trust in 2013, retiring from his executive roles. In 2013, during a conversation with Deepak Chhabria, Prahlad Chhabria raised concerns over someone obtaining his signature without his consent, akin to the Priyamvada Birla case. He hinted at a secret solution, later instructing Company Secretary Mr. Richard De Silva to keep a brown envelope safe to be opened after his death. Aruna's role was to receive this envelope, but she prematurely opened it, containing Prahlad Chhabria's original will, the transfer deed, and share certificates. After Prahlad Chhabaria's demise in May 2016, 4 sealed yellow envelopes were discovered in the brown envelope, each with specific instructions. Prakash received one, while the other 3 were meant to be opened in the first board meeting of FCL and FIL after Prahlad Chhabaria's passing. They carried Prahlad Chhabaria's succession plan and a copy of his will. Following this, Prakash informed Kishan Das Chhabria about a gift deed that Prahlad Chhabria had allegedly made in his favor, proposing a 50-50 division of assets between the 2 families instead of putting shares into the trust, which was initially agreed upon by both families. However, Prakash's true intentions emerged, leading to numerous meetings and agreements that ultimately landed the matter in court. As the drafting of the agreement deteriorated and the 2 families couldn't agree on the division of assets, including Finolex cables. Prakash Chhabria, Aruna Katara, and others are accused of forging a gift deed and board meeting minutes to transfer 70.4% of Orbit's shareholding from Prahlad Chhabria to Prakash Chhabria. Identified evidences of forgery are: the original copy of the gift deed was never seen by the Kishan Das Chhabria family until it was ordered by the National Company Law Tribunal. Audio recordings to prove that no other director other than Deepak Chhabria was present for the board meeting on March 31st, 2016, where the gift deed was allegedly signed. The signatures on the gift deed did not match Prahlad Chhabaria's signatures and varied from page to page. The gift deed is not adequately stamped or registered. The signature of Prahlad Chhabria on the attendance register of March 31st, 2016 and the agenda notice signature are also forged. Conclusion: the gift deed is a forged document created by Prakash Chhabria in connivance with others to transfer the shares of Orbit to himself. Prahlad Chhabria had no intention of gifting the shares of Orbit to Prakash Chhabria, making it clear that the gift deed is a forged document created by Prakash Chhabria to steal the company from the Kishan Das Chhabria family.